Welcome in, friends. This is the what we like to call Weather Minds, weather or whatever. Yeah, so we just vibe out here.
We just vibe. Yeah, we run on vibes.
We're riff
Strictly
for the next
vibes.
15 minutes. All right, I'm meteorologist Jamie Kagol, and I'm joined with meteorologist Courtney Aitken. And we'll take you through the forecast a little bit here. Then we'll dive a little bit deeper. I'd like to peel back the layers of the forecast and talk a little more in depth for those of you that might be weather enthusiasts. So
those of you that like to nerd out with us, this is the place to do it. So
this is a safe space for weather nerds.
It is, and we will maintain that safe space for the nerds for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, then after that you're on your own. Let's take a look at what you need to know for today. First of all, and that is that, as you can see, the downtown Minneapolis skyline there, still some of that mid and upper level cloud cover sticking around this morning, but we will be clearing out. We'll get that partly sunny sky later on today. What you're going to notice, heading out the door, the dew points have dropped. They've already dropped, and they'll continue to drop off. Should feel very, very nice outside for the next 2, maybe 3 days. You'll start to feel the heat and humidity return as you get into Thursday, going into Friday, and it looks like rain chances will finally make a return likely on Saturday right now, the way things are looking in the forecast models. There's your almanac, and we're expecting a high around 76. Now, that cloud cover could play into that. If we really clear it out, could the temperatures go a little higher? Certainly, but right now I would expect a mid-70 after that cold fronts move through. Morning low of 64, desperately needing some rainfall. Look at that, what we're behind for the year. Just shy of 3.5 inches.
Quite the deficit, yeah.
And this month we're nearly an inch behind. It's only August 4th.
I know. Not off to the best start, but at least we did get some rain, although I know that we'll look at the radar here in a couple minutes, but that line of storms, just the way that it broke apart and nearly missed us in the Twin Cities, that's kind of a bummer. Yep,
just got a little sprinkling and a little shower on the yards, a few rumbles of thunder. 6:02 a.m. is your sunrise now, so that sunrise is after 6 a.m. now. Right now, 66 degrees, dew point sitting at 56. And
that's nice.
Yeah, wow. That is a very nice field. Northwest winds, 15 miles an hour. We've seen winds 5 to 10, upwards of 15 for today. The nice thing with this cold front coming through is it's not going to be one of those blustery days. We'll get a nice little cool down. We'll feel the humidity dropping. Mid-70s, I think we're on tap to reach mid-70s, and a mix of sun and clouds. So all in all, just a really, really nice early August day. Temperatures are going to be a handful of degrees below average, but again, really hard to complain with conditions like this. The rain chances earlier today, I don't know, you looked at the models too. Earlier today, it looked like there'd be a little bit better chance of rain along the I-90 corridor. Seems like the models have backed away from it a little bit. I think it might be a little more on the hit or miss side, but northern Iowa should see some storms, so we'll just be close.
Yeah, I know that the models have backed off on that rain chance for the far south part of Minnesota, just because yesterday the Weather Prediction Center had that marginal risk for excessive rainfall that just clipped areas like La Crosse and I believe just south of Rochester, and they ended up pulling that south and just into Iowa. So that gives us some indication that rain chances south of the Twin Cities the rest of the day today, they're possible, but a little bit more on the low end, I would say.
Yeah. Well, there's the 7-day forecast. Again, if you just wanted a quick look at the forecast, there you go. Yeah, those summer-like temperatures return. The humidity will build Thursday, Friday into Saturday. Right now, rain chances, storm chances on Saturday look good for at least parts of the region. Right now, it kind of times out later into the evening hours for the Twin Cities on Saturday, but we could see some early to mid-afternoon storms popping up elsewhere. I think it'll clear out pretty easily early Sunday. Then we'll watch for some more storm chances there on Monday. So again, there's kind of the quick and easy part of the forecast. What we want to dig into now is what we have going on for today. We were talking about this cold front coming through and some of the morning rain and things like that. You can see some storms northeast Nebraska. Those will trek to the east, and that's why I think northern Iowa will see storms, but I think southern Minnesota, again, I think it's rather hit or miss. But a nice clearing trend taking place in the meantime from west to east. So yeah, we won't have to wait too much longer to get some nice sunshine around here. Could affect the temperatures in terms of where our highs do actually end up for today, but all in all, again, they'll trend a little bit below average. There's a look at the radar. This is the last 12 hours. And Courtney, you were talking about yesterday,
there it is,
that line, how it fell apart.
Yeah, exactly. And the models were they were a little bit tough yesterday because we have our in-house model, the graph model, and then we have the high resolution model. And I had a feeling that how this thing pans out is going to be somewhere in the middle, because our in-house model showed the line of storms forming, which it did, and you can see that right just there, but the line breaks, right? And that's why we didn't get just a deluge of rain and storms in the Twin Cities, because the line kind of pulled apart, whereas the high-res model did show more rain for the Twin Cities. So we did get some rain, could have used a little bit more, so it was somewhere in between, and we're already seeing that clearing start to take place, so that could bump up temperatures for some folks just by a couple degrees depending on how much sunshine you see. But the other thing to keep in mind is we also have that northwest wind, and since we are on the other side of a cold front, it is going to be cooler than yesterday regardless.
Yeah, should feel really nice outside. Good to see some of that heavier rain hitting parts of the Arrowhead region. Again, a lot of wildfire concerns there.
Yeah.
I-90 corridor picked up some pretty good rainfall as well. Some thunderstorms, and then just that kind of widespread moderate rainfall that trailed in behind it. And you see right now, as you look just a little southwest of Albert Lea, there's a shower or two. So again, not a completely dry day, but I think mainly dry would be the way I would describe the I-90 corridor. Here's a look at the 24-hour precip. A real hit or miss with this one. Thief River Falls reporting 3,700s, but as you move a little north of town and northeast of town, you can see how it really ramps up where those thunderstorms ended up. International Falls just above the 1 inch mark there, but anything in purple, you're looking at 1.5 inches plus. So far north, central, northwest Minnesota really made out well. Ely, just shy of a 1/2 inch there, and again, every little bit helps, and with that higher humidity helping the firefighting efforts. And then those morning showers and a few thunderstorms on I-90, but yeah, right in the middle.
Right in the middle, yep. And like we saw just maybe 10 minutes ago when we started this, we're at a deficit for the year and already at a deficit for the month of August. So it is somewhat reassuring to see that we have a little bit more of an active trend as we head into the weekend and maybe even parts of next week. So with those storm systems, hopefully we can squeeze out some more rain.
Yeah, yep. Absolutely looking for the rain every time you build a forecast. Here's the drought monitor. Now, one thing to explain with this is that they collect the data. All the data is collected, and I believe the cutoff is 7 a.m. Tuesday, so today at 7 a.m. our time. And then the map will come out probably about 7:30, I believe it is, on Thursday. So there's this little window where if you get rain, it's not going to be reflected here. Here's the good news, though. This is the drought monitor, and again, this is the previous version. The next version comes out Thursday, but I just wanted to highlight that we will have the rain data collected in the next drought monitor that comes out on Thursday. So this morning's rain should be in there, last night's rain. But you can see again clearly, northern Minnesota and southwest Minnesota really have been consistent in at least moderate to now severe drought. That severe drought has really expanded from Bemidji all the way over to Grand Marais, Arrowhead region, even northern Wisconsin. And we've kind of seen it fluctuate a little bit more in southwest Minnesota. But yeah, it's always fingers crossed if we can get some rain and then just see how conditions play out. So.
Yeah, I am curious to see how this morning's and last night's rain will factor into that newest drought monitor update that we'll have by Thursday morning. But that area up to the north, including Bemidji, Grand Rapids, north of Brainerd, all the way out to Grand Marais, where we have that severe drought, that's also the area where we've seen some wildfires develop, and the areas where wildfires have been sparked literally by lightning strikes. So when you have that really dry fuel, unfortunately, it doesn't take much. Even if you have a rainstorm, well, if there's lightning involved and you have dry territory, dry fuel, that can cause some problems. So that unfortunately does make sense. That those areas are where we have some of the worst drought in the state.
But it has been good to see at least hit or miss from time to time. Seems like about every third day there's some storms that roll across there. Hopefully, again, lightning's not causing these any more wildfires for us, but at least the rain. It's not going to put the fires out, but it's certainly going to help the firefighting efforts.
Sure won't hurt. And it was good to see yesterday morning we had rain develop even before we had the storms that developed last night, right? Yesterday morning, really early, we had rain developing near Thief River Falls, and it just kind of hung out there for really the whole first half of the day, and then it kind of shifted toward International Falls. So I was really happy to see just some rain for that part of the state that really does need it, because any rain, especially if you can take out the lightning component, is going to be really beneficial for those areas.
Yeah. All right. We'll take a look at the microcast again today. It's I don't want to call it a boring microcast, but it's not very eventful, which
nothing
is
wrong with boring.
Yeah, you know? nothing wrong with this. Again, it's real hit or miss, I think, with the rain in southern Minnesota. So I think all in all, we'll be treated to a pretty nice day. Here's the 24-hour temperature change. And again, the cold front has dropped our numbers a good 5 to 15, almost 20 degrees in some places. So again, it's a noticeable drop. This is the really noticeable drop. In fact, this was even more substantial early on today with the dew points. They had dropped off a good 15 plus degrees in northwest Minnesota. But again, that is going to be enough to really kind of bring about a real comfortable feel to the day. Take a look at this. While we aim for the mid 70s, dew points in the low 50s. So while it's not a dry heat necessarily by our standards, but it is a very comfortable feel to our day. This is a big reason for it. We have this trough, that low sitting just to the west of Hudson Bay. That trough sits there for the next couple of days, and this is basically the trough and the ridge, the high. That is what's splitting cold air to the north from warm air to the south. And we're kind of caught in the middle here, but we're going to enjoy a couple of cool days. But Thursday into Friday, notice how those contours lift a little further north, and that's going to put us in a position to find numbers getting above average. But this is not as big of a ridge as we have seen in the past, and it's not right over us. So we get a northwest flow, so it sets us up to have some energy come through our atmosphere. These may not be the biggest rainmakers. However, I think for Saturday, we are looking at winds to really help set us up for some thunderstorms. But as far as any sort of low and a cold front coming our way, those would be more of the clipper type that don't have a lot of moisture, but certainly would have some at least. But here's the dew point trend. And again, that trough is going to bring those dew points down for the next couple of days. Tomorrow should feel, I would categorize as feel magical.
Magical. I love that. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That is dew points nearly into the 40s. I mean, you really can't get much better than that.
Yeah. And then, of course, they have to go back to the 60s.
It never lasts, does it? I mean, you have one really magical day, and then you're right back up into that humid territory. And as we ramp up that humidity by late week, we're also going to see an uptick in the temperatures. No 90s, but we will be back in the 80s, and I think that we will have some of the right ingredients to get some rain and storms going Saturday into Sunday.
Yeah, here's the next 5 days, and you see we're above average barely Thursday, but really Friday, Saturday, right into Sunday. But you're absolutely right. No 90s in the forecast. Now, 6 to 10 days out, so we're looking at next weekend, early into the following week. There is a above average trend there with our temperatures. However, with an average high of 82, this could certainly mean mid, maybe some upper 80s mixed in some parts of the region. But it doesn't nearly suggest that, I don't think mid-90s are going to make their return.
And I don't think anybody has a problem with that, so that's good.
I didn't see any complaints this morning talking about that. And precipitation outlook, we always want to look for this. So, again, it's encouraging. It doesn't mean we're going to have a drought buster, but at least it's encouraging. Much rather see above average than below average.
Absolutely, especially given our deficit and our drought situation.
Also wanted to highlight some of the near surface smoke that what we have coming up with that trough. It'll keep a lot of the fresh air around, but once that ridge comes in, it could tap in to what's coming in from the Pacific Northwest and carry it in here. So that'll be something that we're looking at. But as far as the 7-day forecast, Courtney, what do you think?
I think that today, tomorrow, those are are my two picks of the week. I think tomorrow even more so, just because the humidity will be lower. And I think that a lot of times for me, when I look at the 7-day, I forget to look at the lows. And a low of 60, that's awesome. High of 78. I mean, Wednesday is my pick. I don't know about you.
I would definitely agree with that. I think Wednesday stands out as probably my favorite day there. Rain chances, again, like we said, Saturday, something we're going to keep a close eye on, and even isolated storms next Monday, so some more moisture in the forecast, some more good news there. So, hey, more news, more weather just around the corner.